GM, everyone. Welcome to. Oh, one second. Restart. GM, everyone. Welcome back to Pinky Who Art's live painting sessions where I share my watercolor and gouache process with you guys. Um, so welcome back. If you're new and just discovering me, don't forget to hit that follow or subscribe button and maybe give this post and this live stream a like, a repost, maybe share with somebody that will really help with my artist growth. So today I have a brand new painting that I'm really excited to share with you guys. I also am going to try a new process live. I don't know if that was the best idea, but um, time is our worst enemy and our best friend, right? So we'll just do it live and see how it goes. And if you're here watching, don't forget to jump in the chat and say hi and let me know, you know, if any questions, how your day is going. If something I'm doing could be done better, you could definitely let me know that as well. And without further ado, I guess let's just get started. Um, okay, so this is a screen you guys are seeing, right? I feel like something happened today. Okay. So yeah, jump in the chat, say hi. I am on live stream number 54, so hopefully a lot of things are been worked out, but you never know. I hope my sound was okay. Yes, yes. Okay, cool. So here we are. This is my brand new painting. Um, this is, yes, it is on a large piece of paper. So this is probably gonna take me a little bit more time to paint and a few more sessions than my last few pieces, which you can see on the wall back there. This is a strawberry one that I finished. Oh, I guess I can show it to you guys. So if you're here last week, you'll know that I've been exploring all the food, like a food theme. It was macaroon first, and last couple sessions I finished this uh, s- dark chocolate dipped strawberries. We have this Orbets. This little guy is trying to step through. This one's like, which one should I go for first? And this little one is like hugging this strawberry. I think I wanted to mention that I feel like this piece has been an exercise of warm and cool color, as well as highlights, reflective lights. And I've learned how to draw the strawberry with highlights, which is kind of exciting. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. So today's painting is a brand new painting, like I mentioned. This is a woman's head with a hand, and I've already put masking fluid on my Orbets. This is a brand new series I got an idea for, and the title is a working title, obviously, but the title of the series so far is called Preserve Me. I think if you're women these days, you all know the uh, you know, Botox treatments, beauty treatments are so ubiquitous. I think it's catching on this sense that we want to preserve our beauty, our youth, for as long as we can, right? And and I also realize as I'm thinking about this that there is also a psychological part that comes with this need and want to preserve something of the past. And I'm sure as I explore this series, I'll have more thoughts about it. But that's kind of where it started. That these Orbeds are trying to preserve as much as her as they can. You know, this is like pulling on her eye corner. This one comes with an injection syringe. This one is trying to capture this butterfly here, which is something, that's bleeding. And this one is trying to climb up and then at the same time pulling her face, maybe giving her facelift. I'm wondering if my chat is working today. Can someone say hi to see? Uh, hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, hi guys. I just got on my YouTube channel directly and I see that oh wow, everyone's here. Hi Graphic. Hi Trevor. Hi Crazy. Yeah, my something is not working here, but that's all right. I will just leave this window open instead. Multitasking here. I'm so sorry. Wonder why. Anyways, okay, let me read the chat I just all missed. I love the sketch art. Oh, thank you, Crazy. I think it's gonna be a good one. We've been chatting and then no one's talking, and I'm like ignoring guys. But yes, I will just leave this window open, like I said. I'm repeating myself because I'm trying to think and do at the same time. Okay, here we go. Also, I feel like I need to have like a side screen somewhere so I can see all the chat. Anyways, so I mentioned earlier that I am going to try a new process. It could be disastrous or it could be awesome. Anyways, the new process I've been thinking about is, and please tell me if I need to stop because if it's such a bad idea. But in the past few pieces of paintings, I stretch the paper first, right? I stretched it overnight. I left it for a couple days and it dries flat, but then the corners peel, things get wrinkled. I had to restretch and all that. So it was very time consuming and frustrating. So instead, I thought in this painting today, I'm going to skip that process, but then, and then instead of doing my usual background washes on a dry paper, I'm going to wet the entire thing and then do an underpainting as we go. And I feel like maybe that'll substitute that step. I don't know how that's gonna go, so we'll see. That's why this my camera angle set up slightly differently today, so you can see like the whole process, I guess. Ooh, here we go. So I have this giant, it's like a printmaking brush, glue brush. I'm kind of just gonna wash the entire surface of the painting with clear water. This is a quite large piece of paper, so this might take me a while. But the key here is I don't want to put too much water on it. Then I think we'll have a problem of it warping and start having um, potholes, pockets that has a raise and uh, peaks and valleys, so to speak, on the paper, and I don't want that. So, and also this bag is quite an arm workout. But yeah, how's everybody's day going? It is Wednesday. Oh, and I do probably have to go in a couple hours because my daughter has her dance recital today. So I won't hold you guys hostage for too long today. And within a couple hours, I will get as much done as we can. So, okay. So. Can you see the most part of it? Yes. Oh, okay, so I just washed the surface with some clear paper water, edge to edge, and I can already see that the water is being absorbed so fast. Oh, okay, this is like a delicate dance between just the right amount so I can work on it and then too much that I'm gonna have to, ruin it. Okay, here we go. Workout, dynamic movement. All right. I also just checked my Twitter messages and I feel like everybody's been DMing me and I missed so much. Okay. Okay, so we are damp on the surface. Hi, Lute. It's been a while. How are you? Okay. So you see that the surface is glistening. Maybe not. I can't see it. Surface is like glistening. Nothing is warping yet. Happily. I take a giant brush and I have this color mixed. It's like a warm, pinkish, warmish color. And as I'm doing this, I think I need to get a bigger dish in the future. So this is kind of the color tone I'm going for. And then let's start with this corner, I guess. Oh, let's see. This corner. Right angle. I'll have my paper towel handy. To dab away any shapes. So I'm gonna work really fast here. Water, maybe I have some water here. This corner. I feel like I'm being really messy right now, and I hate being messy. So wipe off all the any excess water on the tape edge. I find that when the tape is wet, the water underneath is not so good. Or the paper underneath is not so good. Glad to hear. Lude, are you on summer break now? Or is your summer break almost over? I realize I can't believe how fast the summer came and went. And then my daughter's gonna be back in school soon. Blows my mind. And then down here. So as you guys can see, I am kind of working on all the corners of the painting right now. Oh, just scrub at it to get some texture. Water. I'm trying to fill the white in the background as much as I can, I guess. What I'm doing, and also giving the little bit of underpainting at the same time. New technique I saw someone do. So it's just water. I'm gonna spray from the direction I want it to spread. That actually. Ah, this part's too dry already. See soon done doing social work. Glad to hear, Trevor. Glad to hear. Okay. Do we want to add a secondary color to the backwash? I'm being pretty relaxed about it right now. Just move some of the paint over here. Do a little bit, start washing the inside. This part gets it light. There should be a little bit of pink hair, my hair. Not cat hair. Then the hand. Wash the outer edge in this warm color. Maybe too warm. You know what? I need to do a cool wash here. It's funny, like I've been painting smaller scale in the past couple weeks, and suddenly tackling a bigger piece seems kind of tricky. Let's see, let's wash it here. Like nothing working today. Preserve Me. That's the working title, but I don't know if I love it yet, the title of it. Um, let's give the lip a warm wash because it will be red in the end. I don't want a nostril that big. Bit here. This is the first time for me to make a profile of my figure. That was kind of fun to develop. I always love profile view on people in photos because I feel like that's a view we don't really like take note of often, but I think that's partly it's a beautiful side view, you know. So okay. A little bit more here. Pretty excited about this piece. I think it's gonna come out really good if I don't F it up between now and then. I'm adding more water as I paint, as I'm pushing around the washes. I think I got an idea. I think when I do my secondary wash, I'm gonna spray paint the whole thing again, like what I just did. Okay, cool. Here, talking out loud. That's a challenge. Thank you. I know. I think as soon as I was like, I think I did the eyes last. As soon as I did that, I think I was really excited about working on this because I think it's gonna turn out really awesome. Okay, I kind of did a wash on the face. Let's do the wash on the flowers maybe. And this is a new series, so I am getting ready to launch my Shell of Self series in a few weeks. So if you're interested or just curious to see how that process goes, be sure to join my mailing list. The link is in the description below. And get a huge discount in the beginning because I decided I'm going to do it a little bit differently this time. So Trevor, this should be pretty exciting. So yes, join my mailing list for discounts on my upcoming print release. So let me be organized here. I'm not gonna paint the orbits. Oop, I should have done that. That's good here. Let's add a little I am really excited about this collection, the release of my new collection, because I love the collection, and I think there was like a leap in my art in this collection, and that doesn't happen in every collection, you know, so that's just exciting for me as an artist. The ears in. I did block out all these lights flowers here, so I'm doing, for those of you just joining me, I am doing like a underpainting of my piece right now, giving it a warm wash. Go on top of it later to refine and details. Hi, Weed Art. Hi, Weed. Like number 4. Like number 4. Number 4 is good. Are you talking about the number 4 my Shell of Self series? Yeah, I think I'm going to release them as numbers, but it might be a little confusing if I start with number 3, so I had to renumber them. We'll see. I'm currently working through all of that right now, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna number them. So my number 3 is actually gonna be the number 1 of my collection. Sorry for any confusions here. What was it? Sometimes I think I just need to skip underpainting and get right to it, but then I feel like they really do make a difference. Shortcuts will never end up good, I guess. Oh, like number 4, got it, we. Well, that's awesome. And yeah, guys, if you're watching, don't forget to give a thumbs up. You'll be really awesome. I think this piece is gonna end up being like a very warm colored, warm toned piece, which awesome. Oh, oops. I also need to watch the time today. I'm going to add like a tiny bit of purple to my next wash. Pull it down. There's so many petals overlapping here. I'm getting confused. Mm. Cover skull here. And like every time I paint watercolor, it feels like bringing something really blurry into focus. Like here, right now, when I'm doing everything so blobby and splatchy. But as I'm adding more details and more like smaller brush strokes, well, that'll kind of become into focus, which I think is cool. I really like this hand I did. I think this hand kind of brings some life, so to speak, into my painting. I don't know. I had it without the hand and just felt like meh. But when I added the hand in my concept, it just started looking more expressive. I'm using two brushes right now. One is loaded, one with paint, and one is just more clear water. Okay. not gonna mess with that. I think this is good. Oh, the flowers kind of have a wash on them now. I think I'll leave it like that. Really like these little things here I did. Was inspired by some roseberries. You know, all the roses now have shed their flowers, but then there's like the fruit underneath that's starting to form, and I think those are so cool looking. So I incorporate it into my painting. If you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, please let me know. And if you're just jumping on, don't forget to hit that like button. Thanks. Someone mentioned that I think I agree myself is that oh, how do I say this? There are pieces that are more tonal instead of me using crazy rainbow color, unless it's intended, like the macaroon piece, that I'm trying to control my palette a little bit. I think it will do me some good when I do that in terms of growth and skill. And really utilize the tones and values to life to this painting. It's pretty hard for me right now, but I think it'll get easier as I do more of it. So I get most of these little guys here. Okay. Next. So confused. Okay, so it looks now it has a little bit of warm, cool underneath. Now we're gonna move on to the cooler tone of the underwash. Or maybe that's not no longer a underwash. Love the details forming. Thank you, Trevor. I'm thinking about this as if we're not painting with color, but painting with warm and light, warm and cool. So this is something like I just lay down very warm base, right? Now let's add some blues to this. And the blues. GM. Hi, Phantom. Hola. How have you been? It's been a minute since I think we saw each other or talked to each other. Yeah. I'm starting a new painting today. It's called, this working title, Preserve Me. Um, so I do want to bring this into the background a little bit. I think we're going to do the top first. Cool enough. Usually I feel like usually I leave these details for the last, but today I'm just going for it. Time for weekly dose of pink. Oh, that's actually so sweet. I hope you learned something from me today, hopefully. And if you have any questions, obviously, feel free to ask. Ask away. So, the center of the palm is definitely going to be cool. Whoa. But then I think that's a little too green. And I'm gonna remove all the green from my palette so I can just do a pure blue based gouache. Ooh, that's still too, ooh, yeah. think I went a little bit too blue too quickly, but it's all right. I wanted to slowly mix in the blue into my this color mixed. I realized that's not gonna work. This I forgot who I was talking to. Was it Kent last time? About adding blue to push back the shadow. So here I am using that, doing that technique. Yeah. So it's adapt into my pink or the what's that color? Like my wash color. And I added a little bit of blue right on top. That seems to be working out. Not best practice, but it's working for now. So we're going with it. What I don't want is when I mix this color with blue because there's yellow in the paint, it turns a little greenish. It's not what I want. Watching making something to eat. Oh, great. Now then I'm gonna be hungry soon. Should have prepped myself a snack too, actually. Really love like the tone that's starting to happen actually on this painting already. It's pretty exciting. Hmm. For all your watercolor artists out there, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a smell that comes off the painting when you first wet it, when you first put water on it. I had to think there's some sort of chemical on top of the watercolor paper. Yeah, I don't know why did I mention that? Oh, I'm there's like a faint smell that comes off of very chemically. Okay, what was I? So blue. Oh yeah. I'm so zoomed in this whole time. I have a little bit blue on my brush. This part is good. And this flower here, I think. So when I add blue to my original wash color, it becomes cool almost immediately. Never noticed. Hi, Tom. Fantastic. Oh, awesome. Yay. I know. It's like I always joke that when you don't plan, it's not on your calendar, you stumble upon my live stream, it's like fate. And with anybody else's live stream, unless you have planned time to watch it. So when you stumble upon it, it's like fate tells you that you must watch it. But welcome. So let's dabble in the center right away because I'm gonna probably darken this part way darker later. So this gives me a guide on where the dark area is gonna be, I guess. I think I'm going too dark there. Not yet. I don't want it to be this dark yet. I think I've talked to many artists, and I still stand by my statement that I think watercolor is one of the hardest to master. I think I explained last time. I feel like so much of the watercolor is about your relationship with water because it really does have a mind of its own sometimes. Unlike acrylic or oil, you can go back and manipulate and render, cover up your mistakes and do it again. I don't really get that with watercolor. Another artist friend said it so nicely, and we're gonna repeat what he said, is that watercolor is something you want to start with the end in mind. There's really no room with, oh, let's paint this part and see how it goes. There's really no room for that. You have to start with the end in mind. And I think that's why lately I've find myself spending almost its equal amount of time concepting and planning and sketching and actually painting it, which is something I've never done before. But I think the result shows that it does make a huge difference when I do that. So yeah. Does the water not absorb water too quickly? Is it special paper? No, this is, well, I guess it is special. It is I'll back up so you can see. It is a large sheet. It's a 600 gram, so 300-pound watercolor paper. So it is quite thick. It is thick, but then it does absorb water eventually. But because how thick the water is, it takes a little while to absorb it instead of, I guess, regular paper. You make it warp immediately, right? I am trying a little different process today. I hope it turns out okay. Is I will stretch my paper first, but I noticed for the past 3 painting that I don't know if it actually made a huge difference. So this one I didn't. but just being really careful about how much water I use and not like dumping my whole jar in it. But the paper I'm using is Arches watercolor paper, and the weight I just explained. But yeah, nothing too special after that. Just the watercolor paper. Oh, thank you, Tom. That's so sweet of you say. I would like to think I'm getting better at good at this. My goal is to become the best at this as I can possibly be. My lifelong goal, purpose, whatever you call it. So yeah, thank you. I want to be damn good at this. I'm always learning new things, though. Oops. Um, I'm sure many of you do the same, is watching YouTube videos about how to, could I get it? But I think that's good. That feeds the soul, feeds the brain. What's something I learned recently about watercolor? Um, I guess it's not learning, I guess it's more of a concept, is that actually, if you look at all the masteries and all the different techniques that people use, all watercolor is really the four techniques: the wet on wet, wet on dry, dry on dry, and then, I guess you can really do dry and wet. So three techniques. It's just a different combinations and intensities and uh, uh, not process, order of each technique, which I thought was kind of awesome to learn because that gives me so much comfort in like it's watercolor is not hard, but it takes time to master. So if anybody out there who wants to try watercolor, don't be scared. It's so easy, but it will take you a long time to master. It's just playing with water. It's a dance. It's a delicate dance between you and the water and the brush. You as the brush, I guess. Does painting still have a... Oh, yes, absolutely. It absolutely still does. And if not more, I would say, because maybe it's different, like personality wise, but I feel like the more you get into it, for me, it's like the better I got at it, the more I want to do it. And it still absolutely holds that therapeutic thing for me. And if not more, I can have a terrible day. I can feel like the world is ending, but when I'm in my studio, none of that exists. And I find that pretty incredible, actually. It's the alpha wave, become the water. Yes, Bruce Lee. Yes, become the water. Absolutely. So there you go. It's therapeutic. And then I think for me, the other mediums, like I've actually never tried acrylic, so I don't know. But for me, when it comes to oil, I used to study oil in university college. My major was oil painting. the mixing of the oil paint on the palette was therapeutic for me. Um, and then on the canvas, like the swinging of a brush was therapeutic for me. I mean, I think it's kind of awesome how, like, I think all artists finds the different parts of the painting that does different things to their mental space and psyche. And sometimes it's obvious, it's exactly what you would think, but sometimes it's not. Yeah, but thank you. At this at the start of at the start, how did you carry on when the painting progressed more as you expected? I how do I carry on? I laugh because there's no you just carry on. And I do have to say that with every piece of my painting, I notice that it goes through like the ugly girl phase, the teenager phase when you're just like unsure about yourself kind of phase. I say that because with every this is how it goes, and I think a lot of artists share the same thing, share the same sentiment. It's like, when you're sketching in pencil, on paper, on napkins, whatever, it always seems to look better than when you are when you start painting, right? So then you love the sketch, and then you start putting color on it, and then you have the oh shit moments, like, oh no, did I just ruin it? Is this not gonna come out as I wanted? But then I noticed that if you just keep going, push yourself, like regardless of how ugly it looks or how much mistake you made, just keep going. And then inevitably every single time by like the 80% mark, it starts to look like awesome again. You're like, okay, I'm glad I kept going. I'm glad I didn't trash it. And then if it's still ugly at that phase, then I'm sure you've learned a thing or two about what you should have done, which I think is also valuable. And then you can apply that to your next piece, obviously. See, Tom, I think that's in your head. I think the not doing part is doing you more harm than it being bad part. I hope that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I think, you're never gonna get better if you don't paint. But if you think it's bad, I would say a lot of times it's in our own head. It might look perfect fine for the next person. So I say the not doing part is probably doing you more harm than the bad part. And hey, we all have crappy paintings, okay? There's so many pieces of painting that I don't share with you guys because I think they're so bad. Or, like me, I've burned paintings because it's so bad and I just can't even stand the idea of the fact that it exists. But I've been told to not do that. And I totally understand the reason, because I think sometimes you look back, you see how far you've come, then that gives you a motivation to keep going because it feels good when you're like, wow, that's how I used to paint and this is where I am now. And that's why when you're on the internet, when you see those before, the 10 years ago now comparison, it was always so popular because I think people that the progress over time is, I think, something that all human beings wants to experience. Yeah, DM me. I would love to see it. And I'll tell you if you're being overly critical yourself or it's really that bad. Okay, so I did this part. And I think anybody who's on the stream, if you want me to take a look at your painting just to share some ideas, just to brainstorm, feel free. I love doing that. I think it'll be good for the both of us. Have I covered all the cool areas that I want to cover? I think for the most part. Pull that down a little bit. I'll cool this part down a little bit. I don't think I don't think the comment of a kid made it is a bad thing. It's like a negative thing at all. I mean, look at Basquiat's painting, you know? If you don't know who John Basquiat is, look him up. I'm not even sure I'm still doing underpainting anymore. I'm just going now. Okay, cool. So I did want to do, let's see. Yeah, I think I would just exited the underpainting part. It looks so bad, much better when it's further apart, further away, huh? So now you might notice my background has all the same value right now. So I'm gonna go back into the background and add some that cool color back into it. And then we'll see how it goes. Do you have any referencing or just imagination? Okay, I'll check my DM when I'm done. Do you have any reference images? Oh, yes, I use many reference images. Yes. Oh, yes. But I guess the concept, the ideas are from imagination. But I would definitely, but I use flowers for reference. I use my own hands, my own face for reference sometimes. But yes, I use lots of references. But it's like a collage of different things, you pull different things and putting it together, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna load a brush with tons of water. Gonna dab in a little bit of blue. And then how I get my ideas. A lot of times I'm driving, a lot of times I'm looking at myself in the mirror. This series kind of started that as I'm looking at myself in the mirror. The face reminds me of porcelain doll. Wow, Tom, that is exactly what this is. I'm so glad to hear that. That means the idea is coming through. That's awesome. And for those of you who are just joining me or just discovering me for the first time, first of all, don't forget to hit that subscribe or follow button. But I want to give a little background story on my art and what I'm exploring, I guess. The last series, my Shell of Self series, which is about to be launched soon. And if you guys are interested, don't forget to join my mailing list in the description. But it's whole idea that we as human beings are nothing but shells without our thoughts and consciousness, right? And I cannot stress this enough is that our thoughts and consciousness affects who we are, affects how we move through the world, and affects everything in life. And I do this myself, like when you have negative thoughts, when you have these thoughts that are not so kind to yourself and to others for that matter, you are actually putting that out there in the world and then have it becoming reality, which I don't think anybody wants that, but we do it subconsciously without even knowing that's happening. So my last series is kind of taking the thought out of the head of the body, and here you see like she has an opening, so all this is like spilling out of her brain. And these orbits, my eyeball creatures, they're the thoughts personified, and they're on the outside doing stuff to your I guess everything I just explained. The thoughts, I take them outside our brain and then have the thoughts interacting with our shell from the outside. And then you can see what that's happening, how that's happening. But yeah, that's the face is actually inspired by some porcelain doll. So I'm so happy to hear that you got that. And for those of you who have heard that spiel before, I apologize, but it doesn't hurt to hear more. And then for those of you who haven't heard it, I'm so glad you got a chance to hear it because it's important. Important stuff. Okay, so I have the spray bottle here. Just gonna. Would you say that some of these paintings are effectively a self-portrait of emotions? Absolutely. I think that's all artists. I think that's all art, first of all, and then all artists. I think I think all art coming from artists is a reflection of who they are. Otherwise, why would you put that out there, right? So, and all our ideas and creativity are, sometimes you have a random strike of inspiration, but most of the time it's from our own experiences, our own thoughts. And you will say, I guess, because everything I just said, I'm the kind of artist, I'm kind of the person who pays a lot of attention to my own internal world. And I think it's important. It's made a difference in my life, and I would like that to be the same for you. You have it's so nice of you to say thank you, Tom. I want to believe that, oh, wrong brush. I do think that we all have the potential to be whoever we want to be. But the difference is some people put that out there and believe in themselves, and some people doubts and fears, right? I'm working on becoming a better person every day, have a more beautiful soul every day. I think that is the quest of life. It's not money, it's not materialistic things. So it's your work. It's the work you do on yourself and your soul is conscious that's important in the end. And I'm not even a religious person, so don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to preach religion here or anything like that. I'm not religious at all. I think I think organized religion has its own things that it's not so great. But all these things I'm saying are just, I think, just being human. It's the concept of human life, concept of what brings meaning to our own little tiny bitty life in this vast universe, vast world. Mid-30s, that's pretty early for a man. I mean, assuming you are a man because your name is Tom, but you never know the internet. But I've heard for most men, it's in their 40s that they realize these things. So good job, you did it in your 30s. And thank you, Trevor. I know, I feel like I'm getting better at explaining because it is such an abstract idea that I'm trying to put in my art, to bring a visual form to the abstract idea and then, to put in words. Thank you. I think I'm getting better at it. And here it goes, that I think being an artist is about to the practice. Even explaining your art is a practice. That it does not just come naturally to artists. Some artists don't ever explain their art because why? For various reasons. But I think for me it is important that you hear it because what I want for you, I guess, for anybody who's out there watching and listening. Anytime, Tom. And thank you so much for watching, for joining me and have this awesome conversation so that everyone else can hear it. So I am adding some blues in the background, but as you can see, when I add blue, it actually turns a little bit gray, which I love. But I think I need to be careful about not over wetting this background because I did not stretch my paper. Mm. Oh, Trevor, thank you. I think this background is developed. Oh, hi, cat. I am just adding like a tint of blue slowly because I don't want it to pour to add for it to look blue because then I feel like your eyes will be conflicting with everything that's going on with the figure and the flower, so the background wanted to not be blue. Hi, meow meow. Meow. Oh yeah. Yeah. Check out my cat. Meow meow. I know, she's a big lady. My cat. I I really like the way water reflects away so many of them. Yes. Yeah. I never thought about that, Tom, but that's true. And that's what I said earlier. Like watercolor is it's like a very spiritual medium for me because you had to like become water, like you said earlier, right? And there's so many things that you can talk about in that regard. And I think it's awesome that I've, discovered this theme is to have the theme, the visual imageries, and the medium all kind of work together. I think that's in so many ways is the ultimate goal of artists. Being slightly more blue into background. Sometimes I'm like, why do I care about background so much? Because like water, it's like not any sort of visual representation, but then the paintings that I've done that are finished, I like stand back and look at it and I feel like, okay, background makes a huge difference. I might have to, I wonder I will end up adding different colors into a background to this piece. So far, I like the feeling that's happening. And I do have to say that this is also another interesting thing about watercolor. Is that, with oil, with acrylic, when you have a reference, you really could just paint exactly like your reference. But with water, every time I do a study of the same thing, it looks different because how water behaves. Like you never follow the same path again. You never do the same thing again. So even though I have a reference as I'm painting, as I'm becoming one with the water, like you said, that it sometimes it ends up looking nothing like the reference. But it's still awesome because it's I think a collaboration, I guess. I'm collaborating with this water to create images. It's a silence between the notes that makes the music. I love that, Tom. Absolutely. Yeah. It's like the foreground would not be as beautiful if the background didn't accentuate it. Oh, I love that. It's a silence between the notes that makes the music. Yeah, there you go. That's also like sometimes I think we think you have control over my art. I can only influence almost. The water just does what it wants. I can only, control the amount. Sometimes that's even out of control. So yeah, that's why I think watercolor is such a meditative medium, and painting watercolor is such a spiritual practice almost. That become the water. You can't control it. Oh, oops, sorry. Adapting the situation. Yes. I think I said last time, there's no mistakes with watercolor. There's just more manipulating and more pushing around the water. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave the background. I'll see how these patches dry. They are very faint blue color right now. I think it'll be okay, but let's see. I'm gonna let it dry first and see if I need to go back and add more. Okay. Okay, let me stop before. To make a lighter hue, do you just water down the same paint or use a lighter one? That is a great question, Tom. Trying to think. I have done both. Um, Most of the time, I just water it down because with water I can. But then when I apply to the same technique with my gouache paint, it's a disaster. So don't do that, please. But with watercolor, I do, to get a lighter hue, I do water down a lot of times. But then if I want something to really pop, I use a different color altogether. So if it's like a pink background or pink flower, I use a lot. I might use a little bit of lemon yellow for the edges or for the highlight part. Or I might do like, I guess you will see in a bit, I'll probably do some of that is the, I'll, if it's a color, I'll water it down to give it the value. And then if I want the area to pop, I'll use like a different color altogether. I hope that answers your question. Okay. I think we're good on the background for now. So usually this is this is when I start painting the flowers. Yeah, let's just do it. So like I need to go in about an hour. How much of this can I get done? But let's just go for it. Actually, this flower I'm gonna start because she's my anchor flower, so to speak. And because she's the dead center of the painting. And I feel like your eyes will go there first, very likely, especially it's next to the face. So how about this? I'll paint this flower in the face for the next hour or so until I had. Thank you. I know I like profile faces, but this is actually my first time doing it. I think I've evolved from frontal, which I think is the easiest to paint, to a 3/4, which I think is most interesting. But I'm discovering that the profile view really puts the thinking onto the viewer, because you're not really making direct eye contact, so to speak. Okay, let me switch to a smaller brush now because I'm getting into the details. So you'll see I have two brushes. I usually always paint with at least two brushes in my hand, sometimes more. One is for the color and one is for the water. And I'm gonna use a bigger brush for water. And usually I will glaze, but usually I was just gonna say, usually I glaze the area with water when I paint, but I was just checking how wet the paper is still, if I need to do that, but it's actually still it's drying up, so I'm going to glaze it with a just layer of clear water first. Her eyes remind me of Jenny from Blackpink. Yes! love Jenny so much. I was supposed to see her in concert, but I didn't get to it. So sad. But it wasn't meant to be, and it's okay. And I love her song like Jenny, and I feel like for a while it's like I wish my name was Jenny, then I could just blast that song. Don't judge. Don't judge. But I do paint Asian features in my artwork because I am Chinese American. Yes. You just got so much cooler in my book. Yes. But yeah, I was saying I usually paint Asian features in my artwork because I feel like as an Asian American artist, just as an Asian artist in general in this world, I want to promote my heritage, I guess. You know, for a while, like really all the artwork you see on the market and out there, for the most part, is of Caucasian feature. And I'm wondering why that is. Even some Asian artists paint Caucasian features. I'm like, why? Well, I know why, because I used to do that for a long time myself, but now I don't. Um, because I was educated in a, Western university and the art in art school, and all the things they taught, reference they use, models they use were most of the time Caucasian. You can't just get used to painting it like that, just get what you're familiar with. And then when I realized that was the case, I kind of made a conscious decision that I want to do Asian features. But thanks for noticing, Tom. And Jenny is awesome. I agree. Asian female features are the best, darn it. Yeah, Trevor, it's a thing. It's I it's a thing that's been almost subconsciously, unknowingly happening. I mean, if you do abstract art, then that's not an issue at all. That's because this problem does not exist in abstract artists' world. But like if you look at all the animes, look at cartoons. I mean, even cartoons, when they try to portray Asian person, it looks Caucasian. Just this. So I have my anchor flower here. A little bit more pink here. Jenny, 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 Jenny. Oh my gosh, that's stuck in my head. No. Okay, we'll leave that be. Also, another thing I want to mention about my recent discovery with watercolor is that, yeah, I discovered that when I don't blend it so much, like I just like push it around with my finger, it actually comes out better, almost. It's almost like you want that strokey effect. It can be achieved in watercolor by not blending in. I guess in all mediums, not just watercolor. And I like that strokey finish. So I've been trying to do better about not blending too much. Just like let it be. Oh, I know. Yeah, it's funny you say that. I heard something, and I had this passing thought in one day in the car. It's so funny you mentioned that. That it sounded like a Biggie Small song. But I guess it's true. Yeah, I'm sure she does because Biggie was awesome. RIP. So at least she knows who to copy, which for all you young emerging artists out there is also important. Find your favorite best artist to copy. You will find yourself, your skill getting better as well. I didn't realize that's a Biggie reference. Oh, I love that you're a Blackpink fan. Oh, I'm jealous, Trevor. I was supposed to go with someone in Canada. I couldn't. I was supposed to go see them in LA. I didn't. So I missed them in concert like multiple times. I'm just so sad. It's so sad. But I watched all the YouTube videos on like different locations. And I was so stoked that Bruno Mars showed up to the LA one. Because I have feeling that he's gonna show up. Yeah. Oh. Good artist copy. Great artist steal. Yes. I have heard that quote before somewhere, I feel like. But it's true, like copy away, I sometimes I know that there's this big debate out there about AI and artist rights and all that stuff. I'm like, artists has been copying other artists since the beginning of time, so that's not really new. And I don't think anybody gave the artist a copy credit back then either. So, so the cheek, I'm always so scared of doing this cheek because I feel like it's such a big area. It's got such a big impact. But it is a big area today, and her face is pretty big in relatively speaking to the painting. So it's fine. Oh, Picasso said it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I wonder, now that I'm curious, who did Picasso steal from? Do we know? But yeah, I agree. Yes. Also, their new song, Jump, was like the number one or something. It was first time a female K-pop group held that spot. So that's super awesome. It's produced by Diplo, also a big fan. Watch out, guys. Asian females are gonna take over the world. I do love how her eyes is turning out. I'm adding a little bit cooler pink for the top of the eyelid. Went super dark. You know what I've gotten really good at is like taking a reference and then changing it into Asian features. It's like the eyes isn't as inset, the nose bridge isn't as high, and probably not as pointy, etc. I can't think of anything else right now. And the forehead isn't as tall a lot of times. And the eyes are slightly further apart. No comment. I'm just gonna go into the lips now. I have some masking fluid here, so I'm gonna peel it off in a second. But before I do that, thanks, guys. Oh. An artist that just popped into my head that does that, the Asian features so well. Well, I think a lot of Japanese or Korean artists do, but the one that's coming up in my head is Aubrey Kawasaki. Her artwork is so beautiful, and I love the face that her signature face. The goal is to, I guess my goal, I guess everyone's different, is to have a recognizable signature face that is under my belt, which I think I'm getting there. China Girl says, "Oh, Trevor." This eye, though, still very much from that series that I've developed over time. Okay, I'm not gonna mess too much here right now. I'm gonna let it dry and let all these colors settle in. And then I'm gonna peel off the masking fluid that you can see here, and then we'll see how that goes. And then it's a little bit of overhang. Bring some of that here at the bottom. Okay. A little bit too dark here. So my best friend, paper towel. Dab it away while still wet. Boom. And another one was Bo. His name is Bo Fan. Also does this eye, this Asian caricature eye so well. So I study his artwork a lot of times. And then this nose area, I think I did her nostrils slightly too big than my liking, but we'll see. remember if I washed this area. I must did. I must have. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go in and then I guess darken the face by adding more color. Not darken, but more saturated by adding more color. A very translucent layer right now because there is some color underneath already. Mm. Displaying her beauty while trying to think of ways to preserve it. There you go. I knew I was going to becoming more clear with the idea as I talk about it. Thank you, Tom. Yes. It's Preserve Me is the title of this series. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of cool color here. Let's see. Oh, it looks like she's crying. No. Ever so slightly. Give that the hang over the cheek, start of the cheek. Yeah, I still have pretty light color layer right now, so now I'm adding a little bit of purple to the face now. Yes. There you go. This part I will glaze with water first. Oh, Nessie did it. How can you reverse or cry? Yes, adding some more water. You know, when the tear becomes drop of the ocean, it's no longer tear, right? It's becoming one with water. There you go. Yeah. So kind of reminds me of this whole idea that sometimes our problem seems so terrible when we are just looking at it from our own perspective. But then if you take a step back and kind of look at the big picture of your life, of the world, and sometimes a lot of our problems seems silly. Maybe they're not problems at all. This is like a pretty watery undertake right now. Everything cycles. Yes, it's true. And apparently water on Earth is a closed cycle thing. A friend explained it to me. It's like there's a finite amount of water on Earth and just keeps on getting cycled through the ocean and river and our body. So eventually it will come back. Which I thought was such a cool idea. That the water in you might have been one point the water in me. Isn't that so awesome? I do like this purple color. Where else can I put it? Right. Unless you go to the space, then you take the water with you. Time's okay. Chill, chill. I'm watching time because of my daughter's hip hop dance rehearsal or recital. Super excited. Um, I did have my longest live stream ever last week, which is like 4.5 hours, I think, or over 4 hours. So I'm doing a shorter one today. Also, it's one of those things, I don't know if I can experience, when you know you're almost done, you just want to keep going to get it done, which is what happened to me last week. It was like a painting I wanted to get done. I was so close to it, so I just kept going. But today, I know this piece I'm just getting started, so I don't feel so bad about stopping early. I'll probably be working on it through the weekend, but probably still working on this piece next time we stream. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. For everyone who's here watching, I'm so happy you're here. And I hope my rambling, something among during my rambling has resonated with you. And if there's any thought that stood out, maybe drop me a note, DM me. Yeah, I'm painting this piece like way different than I normally would. I don't know what happened. But I think that one little change in the washing kind of changed my whole process, which is kind of crazy to think about. And for those of you who is new here, so I usually will paint like sections, right? I'll do the background and then I'll like pick the flower, I'll do that flower, finish it, then move on. But today I kind of just went all in all at the same time because I decided to wash the whole thing with water first. And it's pretty crazy how that changed just my process. I can't decide. I think I like this better. I was just gonna say I can't decide, but I think subconsciously I know already. I think I like this way better. I don't know why. Don't know why I like it better because in so many ways this way is like harder because I can't control it as well. But maybe I have grown, as an artist since the last piece. Get closer. I am painting this flowers coming out of her shoulder, which also could be a tattoo, I guess. I've seen women with like these beautiful flower tattoos on their shoulder. But this is intent on just thoughts and emotions bursting out of her body, out of her brain. This flower is a combination of purple, like a warm purple. I guess still is a cool purple and a cool blue. What that is. I'm resisting the urge to pop in my darkest color, like the with the eye socket and some of the leaves, because I should follow best practice and go from light to dark, so this should be the last thing I paint. But sometimes I don't follow that because it's like right here and I just want to finish this section. One of these days that's gonna bite me in the butt. Watch. But hopefully it won't. That's right. My daughter looked at all my paintings and say, "Oh, her eyeballs are out playing." And I thought that was the best description of this whole process. She doesn't have an eyeball because they're out playing. And yes, Tom, so you can look into her inner worlds and see what's happening, I guess. She is putting that on display for you, for your pleasure. For your pleasure and pain. If, because I think pain, because I think sometimes when a thought brings up something that you're fighting with, that might be painful at first, but you fight through it, then you will see the light. Leave this area be for now. It's pretty cool. I like it. How did I go down this road? Oh yeah, the purple color. Yes. So funny. Now I should show this to her. So now this is a warmer purple because I add a little bit of red, full red into it. wet right now. I'm just gonna drop some ink and let the water do its thing and see what happens. You gotta, have faith in the water that it will do the right thing. I think I mean, the fact, Tommy, you like black pink. I think we're already there. So where do I want this purple? Again, maybe purple is like actually drying out to be like a darker, it's a slight brown in it. I don't mind it at all, actually. This part we're gonna finish in gouache. I'm not gonna do that. Yes. Look at this area. Sometimes I get confused about all these overlapping flowers. I think I mentioned earlier. This is like the part I'm like, okay, what did I just draw? Purple over that side. Cool. I think I'll make that flower but purple. Thank you, Tom. Good luck making dinner. One of my least favorite things to do. And I'll see you next time. I go live every Wednesday, same time, around this time. So catch you later. Okay, so I guess I'm still doing my first wash, right? Like the face is gonna look, oh, what happened here? So when this happens, no worries at all. I'm taking a flat brush since it's not too dry yet, hopefully. Here we go. I'm gonna dab a little bit that away. And remember that little secret I shared with you? I can go back with the white gouache and cover it. There's also that for my last resort. I'm not, yeah, it's cool. I should have let that dry more last time. Huh? Start painting all over it. But I think it's okay because I'm gonna go over here with a darker pink or darker red. Yeah, you'll be fine. Oh, I do like this face, so beautiful. Let's go here. So this flower is kind of overlapping. this orb bed's back. I guess the orb bed's coming out from under the flower. Also saying that to tell myself where the relative coloring. So this area is this flower here. I make that super dark actually. It's a little too warm, huh? Okay, let's add some red. So the color is kind of bleeding here. I don't mind, but I don't want this color to bleed. So I guess I do mind. Let's stop that. This area, darken this area, so that this water can push this water back. Watercolor also has this ability, which I recently discovered, believe it or not. Then if one side starts to bleed into the other, sometimes I actually just add more water to this side, the water just push the other side back, which I thought so neat. Everything's relative, it's true. Leave under this lighter leaf. I'll leave that one light. Thank you, Trevor. Yeah. Love this flower. This one, I think I need to, I'm ready to take off some of this masking fluid. Do that off screen, I think, because I'm almost time for me to leave and get ready. Okay, last flower. I'm just gonna finish this area and then I'll have to run. Go blend this a little bit. And the last thing is I want to show you guys something that I thought was interesting. Everything harmony. I thought you were making dinner, Tom. You're back. I will say the harmony's getting there. I mean, like, there's all these areas where I see you guys probably don't see on screen right at the moment. I was like, oh, that area needs to be fixed. That area needs to be done, redone. But I think that is the creative process. Okay. So let's do a progress check. I'm pretty happy with the work that was done in a couple hours. Usually I feel like I should have been, I don't know. Like I said, I have no expectations. Sometimes 2 hours is a lot, sometimes it's not. But yes, let's do a little progress check. Oh, we did the face today. I did the cheek, which I love this area actually. And I did the anchor flower. Now I'm just slowly working on all my flowers slowly, and I'm gonna try my hardest to bring in different dark and light values. And I'm probably gonna add the purple and the blue subtly in the flower slowly. And then once the flowers are done, I'm moving on to probably the hand, etc. But I'm sure I'll work on a lot of this stuff with you guys on screen next week. I don't know how much I'm gonna get done between now and then anyways, but hopefully a lot. I don't know if that makes sense. But what I want to show you today was these are the jars of water I've been using, and look how clear they are still. So I barely used any paint today, basically. Just barely any paint because my jars are still pretty much clean, and how much I was able to get done. So that was pretty awesome. Why so many? Okay, Tom just asked me why do I have so many jars of water? Well, I it's a thing that when you have a dirty brush and then you load a color and you go on the paper, then the color becomes like not what you intended. Sometimes it comes out good when it's an accident. Sometimes it really just is a disaster. So many jars of water because I've ordered the one the largest. Let me okay. Here, let me go back to my other screen. So many jars of water. I have this one is the first wash, and then this one has a ridge in it, so that's where I like do my second wash is clean. And then these two jars, this you see this jar I haven't used today actually. But this jar is when I need to like add water to this, my palette. I use these clean jars because I want clean water to keep the color as I intended. So yeah, every jar has a purpose. And then this is when I need to add tons of water. And it's just a cute jar I found, I guess. See, every jar has a purpose. Oh, I know this is actually the masking fluid. I probably have to take off, but I'm probably gonna do that last because I want to paint everything around it, and then the nose will be white, and that will be the reflective light. So thank you for noticing that. And thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me today. I'm pretty happy with where this painting is starting to look and shape. I think it's going to be great. And if you're just discovering me and seeing me for the first time, don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button and maybe give a thumbs up to this stream and share, maybe share my channel, share my account with somebody else who also that you think will enjoy my art, my conversations. And yeah, if you guys want to send me any art, your art to look at, my DM's open. Um, yeah, and I will be back next week. I'm gonna like get off the stream, go get ready, and go to my daughter's recital now. So I will see you guys later and have an awesome rest of the day, rest of the week. I'll chat with you guys next week, okay? Bye.